of his divinity. We begin with jubilation, the triumphant entry into Jerusalem. The people cry out, waving palm branches, laying their cloaks on the road. Even the stones, Jesus said, would cry out if the people were silent. This is no ordinary man. This is the king foretold. But like a sudden shift in music, the triumph gives way to terror. The same city that cries cheers of Hosanna came to cry out jeers of crucify. From adoration to accusation, from palm branches to a crown of thorns, all in a week. In this journey from glory to agony, we see both the humanity and the divinity of Christ revealed. He is the prophet, foretelling not only his passion, but directing his disciples with divine foresight. Go into the village ahead of you, he says, and you will find a colt tied there. Even in this small moment, he shows that nothing is happening by accident. Every step, every word, every moment is part of God's divine plan. He is the forgiving healer, touching the ear of the servant after his disciples resisted his arrest. Upon the cross, as nails pierce his hands and the crowd mocks him, he prays for the healing of their souls. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. He offers that forgiveness not just to those he meets, but to all of us who struggle, stumble, or stray. He is mercy itself. Even when Peter denies him not once, but 3 times, he does not abandon him. He does not cast him off. Instead, he looks at him with compassion, knowing the pain and shame that Peter will feel for the rest of his life. To the repentant criminal, today you will be with me in paradise. Mercy upon mercy. Christ is a servant leader. He tells his disciples that the greatest among them must become as the least. And in the upper room, he breaks the bread and pours the wine, offering his body and blood as a new and eternal covenant, a nourishment for our journey toward heaven. And he is the obedient Son. Jesus is not watching his passion and death play out with uncertainty. He knows full well how it ends. He knows his assignment. He's not a victim of fate. Rather, he freely offers himself for our sake. In Gethsemane, we see him praying, not in formality, but in intimate, relational conversation with the Father. And don't mistake intimacy for intensity, because we know he was so intense that his tears ran like blood. Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done. In that sacred moment of prayer, we get a glimpse of the full weight of his obedience, his trust, and his surrender. Then on the cross, he prays again with confidence, "Into your hands, Lord, I commend my spirit." There is no fear. He knows that the Father is with him, and he trusts in the divine plan. We too are invited in this trust. Twice, Jesus told the disciples to pray that they would not be put to the test. Are you prepared for your own test of faith? During the weeks of Lent, the crucifix above the altar had been veiled, hidden from our eyes, but today it is revealed. But what face of Christ do you see? Do you see that suffering servant, the obedient Son, the forgiving healer, the man of prayer, the merciful one? Who do you call on? Do you long to sharpen your obedience, to deepen your prayer, to renew your service? Or do you long to strengthen your forgiveness or anchor your trust? As we now prepare to partake of his body and blood, may God grant us the fortitude to journey with him and the humility to follow him wherever he leads, through suffering and sacrifice, toward the joy of the resurrection and eternal life.